Hello, I'm going to do a take two, and hopefully someone will join and be able to tell me if my microphone's working now. Since I just went 10 minutes into the live before getting a message that my mic wasn't working or there was no sound anyway. So I've reset everything. So I'm going to start because there's no one here at the moment to tell me otherwise. And hopefully, if someone joins, they can let me know. Otherwise, well, you won't hear me anyway, but hopefully you can hear me. So today's live stream is all about the energy of your business's identity. Okay, I've just seen someone pop on. So if you can just let me know in the chat if you can hear me, just so that I know that it's worth continuing. So the today, yeah, the energy of your business's identity. So it's very much about the solar plexus chakra. And the solar plexus chakra, just like your chakra, the solar plexus of a business, is very much holds the I am energy. And so that is a part of the business's identity. So the this this is actually a really big aspect of the business solar plexus. And when I do readings, I mean, I've probably looked at hundreds of business energy bodies over the years. And the so often when I get to the solar plexus, I can see when there is some what's the word I'm looking for? It's just it's out of alignment. The identity is out of alignment. So what the business, the energy or sort of vibrational frequency of the business and the way it wants to show itself to the world is not the way that the business is actually being portrayed. And sometimes it just takes little tweaks to bring that into being. So what I'm going to do is chat about all the different ways that the business identity reveals itself. And you can have a think, as you're listening to this, have a think about your business and whether maybe it's due for a little upgrade somewhere. Because the trouble is when there's an aspect of the identity that's no longer in alignment with the business, it's usually got a denser energy to it. So it holds the business back a little bit. So one way that the business really does share its identity with you is that if you're doing my meditation, the Meet Your Business visualization, and you invite your business to come in and you have a look at your business and you see how it's showing up today, what form it's taking on, well, then you'll be able to, I mean, it's giving you clues. And very often it comes the same way or very similar every time. So it's giving you some clues to its identity. So if you find that it makes a change suddenly, it starts to show up a bit differently, it's telling you that energetically it's changed and something has, changed in the way it wants to present itself. Now, you don't have to take this literally. So if your business shows up as a unicorn, it doesn't mean that you've got to promote it as a unicorn. But what does the unicorn mean to you? What is the business telling you about its identity? So you can get a lot of information from that. Okay, so then let's move on to the name of the business. So the business name is, the business name's an interesting one because very often it's not changed. So, and you pick it usually when your business is just starting. And the energy obviously changes a lot, but that name has to be able to grow with those changes. And this is one reason, this is one way that my business identity has never changed because from the beginning, I called my business Jacquelyn Atkins. And so what's happened is as I change and evolve and shift, and I do a lot of that, my business is able to change and evolve and shift with me because I haven't given it a name that keeps it at a certain vibrational frequency. Now, if I had done that in those early days, guaranteed I would have had to change the name because what I'm offering in my business now is very different to what I was offering in my business. So this is one reason why I do encourage people to use their own names. And I know there are people who don't want to. They don't like that. It's just they're just not they just don't want it. It doesn't feel right. And that's fine. It's got to feel aligned with you, but just being aware that that name will stay with your business. And does it have room for expansion? Does it hold expansion in it? So, words are very, very powerful. Words create spells. So does that name encompass all that your business could become? It's really, really important. Because otherwise you might have to end up changing it, and it's not always so easy, especially if you've got, well, if you've got it set up for a company. For one thing, there's a lot involved in changing it, but even just basic things like bank accounts, having to change them. So it's really something to consider with your business's name. Now, another thing to consider is a logo. Does your business have a logo? And again, you might shift, the business might evolve, and the old logo is no longer relevant. So you have to sort of keep an eye on your logo, keep tuning into it. Does it feel good? Now, I've had the same logo for 3 or 4 years now, and I have had a couple of logos prior to that. And again, I just outgrew them really early on. Whereas this logo is, it's stuck with me and I still love it. I still look at it. It's basically an infinity symbol. And a lady who brings through codes really brought it through as a code for me. And I said I wanted an infinity symbol. And then she enhanced it a little bit. And my first name's written across it. And I love it. And I've changed the colors a couple of times, but I still love the energy of it. It still feels aligned. I feel like the energy of my business is still within that code or in that logo. So make sure, does your logo still hold the energy of your business? Can it still evolve with your business? So then so we talked about name of business, the logo, and then of course you go into the other aspect of branding, which is around colors. And this is the one that I have changed so many times. I've probably changed nearly as many times as years I've been in business. So, and that's just because my business keeps evolving because I keep shifting and changing. But your colors do tell you a lot. And, initially for me, I started with sort of beachy blues because the photos I had done at the time were done on the beach, and the beach is such a big part of my life. And so I wanted those blues in. But I didn't keep that for very long at all. And then I changed to like a dusty green and a dusty pink color. Again, probably only had that for about a year. And then I went into a deeper blue and gold. And then I realized I didn't want the gold. I wanted to change it to silver. So I had the deeper blue and silver. And then this year, I've shifted to a dark red with the silver and sort of a lighter pink. So I have made all those changes because I just couldn't look at the old ones anymore. It was like, that's not my business anymore. I've got to change. And if you think about that, the colors are really, I mean, they're linked to chakras. So that can also tell you about energetically what's really important for your business at that time. So when I started and had the blues, I was in fact talking a lot to the throat chakra. And that's what my work was all around, the throat chakra in female entrepreneurs. And so the blues were perfect. And then I went into the pink and green, which is more the heart, higher heart energy. So obviously my business was encompassing that energy more. Then when I went to the blue, which was a darker blue, third eye color more, and the gold, which was solar plexus, I was bringing in those energies. But then I went, no, 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 I don't want the gold. I want the silver, which tends to be more soul star. So you can see those changes. And then now I've gone to the silver and the dark red, which is base chakra. So I'm actually grounding what I do a lot more now. And then there's a softer pink for the higher heart. So it's almost like I'm sort of spread out now with the chakras. But it does tell you a lot about your business. Now, I wouldn't say choose your colors based on the chakras because the colors have to be really resonant. But once you are drawn to colors, then it's worth reflecting on because it tells you where your business is at by the chakras that correspond to it. So that's just an interesting little bit of fun you can have around your colors. But if you get to the point like I have, the first 2 times anyway that I changed my colors, I was really fed up with the old ones. I was looking at them and I'm like, that's not right. It is not right. It was almost like I didn't even want to look at my website because of the colors. So when you get to that point, you know that the business has shifted in its energy so much that the old colors or the old identity is no longer relevant for it. And that's when it's just time to release. So, it's just something to consider. And the thing is with branding and the business identity, you are guided all the time because you can tell, because you're no longer lit up by those aspects of the identity anymore. They just, they, as I said, it's almost like they might repel you a little bit. So if they're doing that to you, that tells you how out of alignment your that identity is with the actual business and its true identity. So if that's the effect it's having on you, imagine what it's having on the clients you want to attract in. If your business energy is one frequency, but the identity that it's putting out to the world is a different frequency. So it can seem like a big job, but it doesn't have to be. And sometimes it is just some tweaks so that you're bringing it more into alignment. But it really is vital because it really affects the business solar plexus. And the solar plexus chakra is also about power and the business being in its own power. Just like with you, it's about you being in your own power. And to be in your own power, everything to do with that chakra must be in alignment. So you can see the importance of the business's identity. And, then stepping back from that, just the importance of branding. Because, it's not about using the right colors because they're the most popular right now and people just love those colors or whatever it is, all those reasons that you might get sold. It really is about alignment, as long as they're true to you and it feels perfect for you, because those colors will be through your website, they will be through your social media, at just like the name, just like the logo, it's everywhere. So ultimately, yeah, just making sure it is fully in alignment. So that's what we're focusing on in the meditation today, is being able to tune in to your business and into its true alignment, its true energy, and feeling into the ways you are using to share the business's identity with the world, and just see whether it feels true for you or not. So if you're watching the replay, please, if anything comes up for you here, just share it in the chat, because it is important. And it's also, I think sometimes listening to this, it's like, you can have some ahas. But it's just something you haven't thought about. Or the other thing can be that you just spent like a ton of money on branding, or on having the colors done, or whatever it is, having a logo created, and then you're like, well, I'm not doing that again, or not for that's got to last me 5 years. And meantime, the business is evolving, and so it can be something we don't even want to look at, depending on how much we've actually invested in it. So, which is why sometimes it maybe be a little bit cautious in how much you invest in the identity, unless you are really, really certain that that's going to carry your business through for quite a long period of time. I'm not sure how much. If it's me, I can't have that certainty because there's just too much change goes on in my business. But anyway, I've as I said, I've kept my logo for a while, so I've done well there, and I've kept the same name for my business, so I've done well there anyway. Okay, let's get into the meditation. And is there anything else I want to say? I'm just thinking if I've forgotten anything. No, I think we're right. Let's go into it. So begin by taking your focus down to your feet chakras on the balls of your feet and opening them wide, and then growing down your roots deep into the earth. Spread them out wide. And just feel that earth energy around those roots and holding you, supporting you. Then take a deep breath in. Fill your lungs and release. Take another deep breath in. Draw that breath right down through your body to your fingers, to your toes, And when you're ready to release, release out through your feet chakras, sending your breath down into the earth. And with your next in-breath, drawing up that earth energy, feel it flow up through the roots, through your body. Take it right through your body. And then breathing out of the crown chakra, send your breath up out to the cosmos. And then see that energy circle around, go back down into the earth, come back up through your root system and flow back through you. Continuous cycle of energy. So now from this place of presence, connection, invite your business to become present. Invite it into the meditation. So see it coming from a distance and coming towards you, and just keeping in mind what I said about the way it shows up is a part of its identity. So as it approaches you, just notice what form that it's taking on today. Is it the usual form when you do this meditation? Or is it showing up a little bit differently? Is it sharing something else about its identity to you? So it's coming right up opposite you. Welcome it into the space. Notice if it's grounded. Do you need to grow some roots out of it deep into the earth to ground and anchor it? And then connect in with your business through your hand chakras. So place your hands out in front of you with your palms up, your elbows by your side. And invite your business to place its energy into the palms of your hands. And then notice what you're feeling in your hands, what sensation you're feeling as you connect with your business. You might be feeling a pressure, a tingling, a coldness, a heat. How would you describe it? Notice if it's more on one side than the other, or if it's fairly balanced. Notice if you're feeling sensations in any other parts of your body in response to your business energy. Or if there's any emotion coming up in you. Now we'll just practice communicating with your business. So ask your business, is there anything it wants to share with you today? Or you might have a specific question you would like to ask. So you can ask that now. And then to help clear your mind for the response, to receive the response, sometimes it's helpful just to take in a deep breath. And as you breathe out, just feel your mind emptying, ask the question, and allow the answer just to float into your mind. Trust what you receive. You might be shown an image, or you may get words. You might see the words, you might hear the words. Doesn't always make sense, but you can ask for clarification. So this is just warming us up really for later on. It's just connecting, it's just making that connection with your business. So then relax your hands down and take your focus down to your solar plexus chakra. So that sits down between your belly button and the bottom of your rib cage. And just feel into how your solar plexus feels. I've been talking about the business identity, but this is also linked in with your identity, your I am. So just get a sense of your solar plexus, like your identity, what you are showing to the world. How true does that feel? Is your branding also a little bit out of whack, especially in business? Perhaps you present yourself in a way that doesn't feel like your true I am energy. So just get a sense, you might even feel a little bit unsettled in your solar plexus chakra as you think of that. And then take your focus across, just imagine your business's solar plexus is opposite. So take your focus across to the business solar plexus chakra and just get a sense of how it feels. Does it feel vibrant and strong? Does it feel really clear in its identity? Or is there a little bit of murkiness there? Is it not shining as brightly as you feel it could? I mean, you might just get something straight away like, oh, yeah, that's out. That's got to change. It just may come to you as you're just looking at the business's solar plexus. So now what we're going to do is do some clearing out of your solar plexus and the business's solar plexus with all the aspects of your identity that are not in alignment with your current vibration. So imagine that there is a sun, a beautiful, brilliant yellow sun sitting between. I emphasize the yellow because it's much more white these days, but this is the yellow sun. So it's sitting between your solar plexus and your business's solar plexus. And it's shining directly. It's sending its energy straight into both solar plexuses or plexi. So feel that energy coming into your solar plexus and know it's also going into your businesses. And those sun's rays are illuminating the truth. And through illuminating the truth, what happens is what is not in truth, what is not the true identity is simply, it just shifts, it just transmutes because it's not in the rays of the sun. So the sun is just lighting up what is true. And as a consequence of that, what is not true is transmuted. The old energies just released. So this for you could be about the way you show up in your business, the way you present yourself to the world. Is it because of some idea you have about the way an entrepreneur should present themselves? So anything like that, anything that's false to you is being transmuted. And for your business, any of those aspects of its identity that I talked about that are no longer in alignment with its vibrational frequency, they're transmuted. And these could be things that you've put on the business. They could be things that other people have put on the business and said, well, this is how it should look. So if it's not in alignment with where the business is at right now, that's being transmuted. So I'm just moving some energy just to assist with that, with both within your solar plexus and your business's solar plexus. So even if you're watching the replay, you are still receiving this energy to help move what's no longer aligned with you. There's just a real sense of it's time for the business to shine, and to shine its identity really it has to be revealed in its full power. Actually, it just showed me the business just showed me that another aspect of this, which I didn't mention, is the way you describe your business. So it could be like a tagline you use, it could be an elevator pitch that you use. Just ensuring that that is in full alignment with the business's identity. and that evolves as the business's identity evolve, because again, that can hold the business back. So just something to consider. Okay, so now what needs to be transmuted has been, and that sun is illuminating the true identity. So I'm going to speak a little activation to help anchor that true identity in, to help empower it, just to give it more light, more what was the word I used? Radiance, to give it more radiance. So as I speak these words, just take the vibration of what I'm saying and just direct it straight into the solar plexus, to your solar plexus, and imagine it's also going into your businesses. Hunilea branda rendo kushtenea. Kuna de la brande kindo kalama. Huniate de. Kulembrate telembro. Kiniate. Kolembo rando kionea. Kule kwan de poa. Ayana. Kwai rando kisto niolea. Hunika. 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 Now imagine that radiance is really shining out of your solar plexus now. So it's the yellow or the golden color of the solar plexus, and it's really spreading out from that whole part of your body. And the same is happening to the business. As it really is claiming its current identity, this light is radiating out. And then your light and your business's light start to overlap. And the stronger this light gets, the more in your power you are and your business is. So there's this incredibly powerful energy that's being sent out. It's encircling both you and your business, and it's being sent out to the world. It's being sent out to those potential clients or customers who feel fully resonant with the truth of your identity and the truth of your business's identity. And so that energy becomes quite magnetic as it draws those in resonance in. So just sit for a moment in the power of this radiance that you and your business have. And then connect back in with your business. You can do it through your hand chakras if you wish. And ask your business, what is the most important thing that I can change to help bring you into your true identity? What's the most important thing? Or you might like to say, what is the first step? So it's up, whatever feels right for you. But what is it that feels really important for you to change to bring your business into more alignment with its true identity? And just see what answer comes to you from your business. And again, if you're not quite sure what you're getting or it doesn't make sense, you can ask your business for clarification. And if nothing is coming to you at all at the moment, you will get an answer. You will get that clarification because you've asked the question. The answer always comes, but keep all the channels open. Don't expect it through a certain channel. And take the time to sit with the energy of your business's current identity. Tune into whether that is the energy of your future business, or does it feel like the energy of your past business? So thank your business for what it's shown you. And then allow its energy to fade out of the meditation. And then take your focus back to your feet chakras on the balls of your feet and open them wide. And really feel that earth energy that's coming up into your feet chakras. But now use that energy to ground you, to bring you back into your body. So as that energy makes its way into your body, you can slowly start to move your body. Just take your time coming back into your beautiful physicality. And whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes, come back into our space. And something I wanted to mention, which I did do on the first, my first attempt at recording this video without sound, is that this will be the last scheduled live stream I will do since I'm heading off to Europe next week. And while I'm away, I will still be jumping onto YouTube and or uploading pre-recorded videos, or pre-recorded in that I will record them then and there where I am and then upload them. Um, but so do keep an eye out and make sure you're subscribed. The other thing is I have just set up a Telegram group. So if you use Telegram, or even if you don't, you can download the app. But I've set up a group to follow me on my European adventure, my 2-month adventure, because I realized it's a very deep adventure for me. I can feel that there's going to be a lot of insights. Oh, hello, Zara. My pleasure. Lovely to have you here. So there's going to be a lot of insights. There's going to be a lot of just activations, and I want to share them with you as I'm going. And so I've created a channel just so that I can drop those things in there. So if you want to sort of follow me through Europe and the UK and receive the activations and the insights and probably some photos of that journey so that you are also a part of receiving that energy, then I'm going to pop the link below. I'll do it as soon as I've finished here. And so you can come and join me in that. It's not a chat group. It is just a channel. So it is just for you to actually follow me rather than chat within it, because otherwise there's too many notifications go on, and we've all got enough notifications in our life. So so I'd love it if you can come with me on that journey. If you're on my newsletter list, I will send out a link also in next week's newsletter so that you can join me for that journey, because it'd be fabulous to be able to share the energy with you. So thank you for joining me. Thanks for being here, Zara. And I know some of you were on my first take where I had no sound. So I'm sorry that you ended up missing out on this one possibly, but you can watch the replay. So thank you for liking the video. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. And I will see you again very soon, but I will be in the other side of the world. Lots of love to you. Thanks so much. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Zara. Oh, and thank you for the birthday wishes. That's in the middle of the retreat, the middle of the mystery school. It's going to be my birthday, which is very exciting. Take care, everyone. Mwah. Lots of love. Bye.